Last time we took a hierarchical series. So this was a series that we created up here, right? Hierarchical series number 1 that had 2 indexes. And we unstacked it to create this data frame. And then we stacked it again to convert the data frame back into a hierarchical series. Let's take another look at that, just starting with the data frame this time. Let me initiate this data frame called stack. According to the experience we had up here, this would be an unstacked set of data. But if we run stack, you'll see what happened. We turned that into a stacked series. And it's worthwhile to take a moment and explore this so that you can really understand this behavior, because it becomes quite useful in dealing with multidimensional data. Let's create a new data frame now. This time we're going to give it both hierarchical row indices. Here are 2 lists of row indices. But we're also going to give it hierarchical column indices as well. And here's 2 rows of column indices. And let's see what this looks like. In the 0 column index, Ohio has green and red in its 1 index, and Colorado in the 0 index has just green in the 1 column index. You probably remember from our last Pandas course that we can actually give names to these. Since we have 2 row indices and we also have 2 column indices, we can supply 4 names here and see what happens. So we've given location and color to our column indices, and we've given alphabetical key and numerical key to our row indices. Let's look at exploring into this data frame. Let me run this and we'll unpack it. We've said first go into our Ohio column and into the red column. So we've gone to our 0 column index and our 1 column index first, and then we go to our 0 row index. Our 0 row index is A, and our 1 row index is 2. That has returned this 4 because we're matching up this red with this 2, and we're getting the 4 from there. And you might recall that when we're indexing by label, it's the column index that comes first. But when we're using loc or iloc, it's going to revert back to using the row index first. We're getting the 0 row index first, this A, and then we're calling the Colorado column and the green column, and finally we're calling this 1 hierarchy, we're calling it the index from there last, and we're converging finally on this 5. So let's run this and we should get a 5. And this is complex enough that we should really spend some time and linger on this and create some more hierarchical data frames on your own. Really get used to the different indexing that's going on here. Finally, here we're creating a multi-index object, and we need to import multi-index from Pandas in order to do this. So we're creating this index here. It's a hierarchical index, and we're also giving it names, and then we're just saving it to this variable. Now, when we create a data frame, we can use the mi object variable to structure our data frame, and we can reuse it again and again.